I remember the day the water ran out in Iraq in March of 2005. The trucks carrying the water from one base to another got sabotaged, taken over, stolen. The water delivery never made it to our FOB, never made it to Forward Operating Base Spiker and Tikrit. The morning meal could not be served, and the troops had nothing to put in their canteens. Some people had a little water left over from the night before, but showers had to be stopped and no one could brush their teeth unless they had leftover water. A loud message came across the loudspeaker. Our water supply has been sabotaged. Only use water for drinking. We are working on the problem and you might have to go a whole day with the water that you have. Some soldiers had leftover water, but some did not. The grumbling started. Couldn't you just hear it? Meals in a bag, MREs, were handed out for lunch, but it's a little difficult to make beef stroganoff with no water. If you had leftover water, you could do it. You could eat your MRE. But if you didn't, you went hungry. People didn't start panicking until the evening when they served another MRE and still didn't have any water for it. We were always told in 130-degree heat, it was hot in Iraq, to drink an 8-ounce bottle of water each hour. Well, activity was rationed to indoors and water was being asked to be shared. Soon people started to be angry at the logistics folks by saying, didn't that company protect our water correctly? Didn't they fire on the enemy who took our water in the first place? Why did they allow this to happen? We could die out here with no water. People were certainly not putting themselves in the logistics people's shoes. Instead, they were blaming them for their suffering, calling them names. Small riots of anger were rising. Our base was made up of 8,300 soldiers, all rationing water. Commanders were demanding units to come with all the water they had, and then that water was being shared with soldiers who had none. But as human nature would dictate, some were hiding their water. Some were not sharing. Some were hoarding water under their pillows. It was awful. The commander asked me, the head chaplain on that base, to make an announcement, to say something that would make people want to share. He asked for a "I have a dream" speech. I thought, I'm not Martin Luther King. I don't have a dream speech to share. Well, I was thirsty too, and I was scared too, and I thought, I'll do my best. I didn't want to die in the desert. I had 2 little boys when I was in Iraq. They were 9 and 10. And I didn't feel particularly up to an "I have a dream" speech that the general was asking me to give. I felt pressured, but of course I agreed to do it. So for 1 hour I prayed, and for 1.5 hours on the base loudspeaker I said the following. Hello everyone, this is Chaplain Joanne Martindale. I am the Division Support Command Chaplain, and I've been asked to say a few words today. I, like many of you, have family to get home to. I have a 9-year-old boy and a 10-year-old boy, and they want me to return home. We each have children and mothers and fathers and aunts and uncles and partners and spouses. We have people who care about us back home. We may have to go several days without a water truck. People are working frantically, friends, to get water here from other bases. Plans have been put into action. But we also have to change. We have to change our behavior. We have to work together. We can't hoard or steal or people will die. We are all familiar with the Army mission. Heck, we wouldn't be here in Iraq without a mission, I said on the loudspeaker. Well, now the mission has changed. Today we are not on a mission for the Iraqi people. We are on a mission for us. We need to monitor our battle buddies. We need to monitor our water intake. We need to work together. We have people in the CASH, the Army Surgical Hospital, who have fallen out because of dehydration. The hospital is out of water, and we need to pull our resources. If it was your child or your spouse in the hospital, what would you do? In combat, we have each other's backs. No soldier is left behind. But today, we need to hydrate each other. We need to hydrate, and our lives depend on it. Friends, please bring water, Camel Packs, Gatorades, whatever you have to the hospital so we can surround our fellow soldiers with life. Walk and drive and carry each other to the hospital if you have to. If you see a fellow soldier walking, help them. If you see someone thirsty, give them a drink. If you see someone angry, walk alongside them. We will meet at the CASH in 1 hour, I said to them. All of us. Go get your water. Go get your drinks. Go bring your supplies to the hospital. Friends, our mission has changed. In 1 hour, I was shocked. In 1 hour, there was a parade of soldiers carrying Camel Packs, canteens, water bottles, Gatorades, care packages, candy, and of course I brought communion wine. It was a parade of soldiers putting each other first. Everyone arrived at the hospital and put their stuff into this huge room. Within 2 hours, the room was packed with enough liquid to carry the camp through another 2 days of no water. You should have seen it. It started small, and then it got larger and larger. Soon, the entire room was filled with drinks and water, all because we shared. The troops visited with sick soldiers. They gave high fives to each other with encouragement. Soldiers were helping soldiers sip water slowly if they were dehydrated. They were checking on each other. They did it. They shared. They changed the mission. They cared for each other. I will never, for as long as I live, forget the way that base came together. All 8,332 of us. What can you do, friends? Can you help? Can you share? I believe in you.